Tenet is the long-awaited 11th film from acclaimed director Christopher Nolan. Wow, it's extremely weird having just seen a movie in the movie theater. It's been almost a year for me in that regard, and honestly, it was a breath of fresh air to be back in the theater. Now, this has been a movie of much discussion over the past couple of months. There have been delays, a million different release dates, everything under the sun before this movie came out. And that's not even taking into account my personal excitement for this movie, considering my love for Nolan's other movies. While I'm not one of those people that believes every one of Nolan's movies are god-tier cinema and that he never made a single mistake ever, he is and always has been one of my favorite directors. Inception, The Dark Knight trilogy, Memento, Insomnia, they are all some of my favorite movies of all time. Even if every movie he puts out from now on is complete garbage, I would still be at the very least intrigued for what he is capable of. For knowing what he was capable of. Sorry. Also, seeing how Dunkirk was one of my favorite movies of the last decade, it's safe to say I was pumped for Tenet. And for the most part, this movie lived up to my excitement. Even if I do have some complaints, overall this is still a very good to maybe even great movie. As a pure action movie, Tenet is a spectacle. The visual effects, the direction, the amazing set pieces, everything on a purely visual level is top-notch, even for Nolan. And it's easily the film's strongest aspect. It hooks you right from the start and doesn't really let up with amazing, visually mind-bending action sequences from the start. It's right up there with Inception in that regard. The main concept of Tenet is really what makes it such a unique action movie for me. Even if it's not explained enough and can cause some confusion throughout the movie, what they are able to do with the concept in the movie's action sequences is mesmerizing. The performances in this movie are also really good. I've been a fan of John David Washington ever since I first saw BlacKkKlansman, and I was very excited to see him in this role. While he wasn't as good as he was in that movie, however, he had a much better script that time around. He was still excellent in this movie. Robert Pattinson is also really good in this film, proving once again how good of an actor he really is. The tension build up in this movie is also top-notch, but that's to be expected with Christopher Nolan. He's one of the best to ever do it when it comes to making thrilling, edgy-to-see action movies, and this is no exception. Tenet is a great movie all around, except for one major element, the script. Now, it's not a terrible script, not even by a long shot. In fact, even if this was someone's first script, that would be a game changer for that particular writer. However, seeing how it is someone as talented and experienced as Nolan, the cracks start to show a little more. He relies way too much on cliches in the dialogue, and the brilliant concept isn't explained in the best way. I feel like he was too wrapped up on creating a mind-bending concept and story that he kind of got lost in his own riddles. And that could sometimes make the movie feel like a parody of a Christopher Nolan movie. In my eyes, that's the only thing holding this movie back from being one of his best. If that script had maybe gone through a couple of more drafts, you could be looking at a brilliant movie, something on Inception's level. But it didn't, and we were just looking at a really great, creative, thrilling action movie, which isn't anything to complain about, because realistically, this is still going to be one of my favorite movies of the year. Tenet gets a strong A-.